Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here. And if you watched one of my Red Dead Redemption 2 videos the other day, I actually did an experiment where we find out what happens if you go to the doctor's office with no money during the mission A Fork in the Road, which is a mission that everyone has to do if you're in Chapter 5 or Chapter 6. And we found out that a Good Samaritan steps in and will give you money so that you can pay the doctor to treat your tuberculosis. Very cool. It's a small detail that Rockstar added into the game, but I thought it was worth noting, and it was pretty cool that they thought about something like that. Well, during that process, I actually figured out that there was a difference between going to the doctor with good honor, or a high amount of honor, and going to the doctor with bad honor, or a low amount of honor if you're a dishonorable outlaw. And that was pretty cool. And I thought the differences were really neat, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. So to set up the scene, I'm going to show you guys what happens in this mission of Fork in a Road. So to begin with that, we are going to start with us passing out and going to the doctor.
Mister, are you okay? Mister, are you okay? Are you okay, mister? Mister, you don't look so good. Let's get you to a doctor. Come on, it's not far. Just down the street here.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll be fine in a minute. I'm fine.
Nearly there, just around this corner. Here we are, friend.
Will I need money?
Here. Take this.
Oh, thank you.
Just keep following me.
Can I help you?
I need a doctor.
Oh, just 1 second, sir.
Come in, pal. Come in.
Mister, I need some help.
And so it seems. And that's Dr. Mister to you?
I'm sorry.
I was joking. Look, friend, I don't mean nothing, but you got money? I mean, before I start treating you, 'cause I got a family.
I understand. Here, that do.
Sure. Thank you. Now, what's wrong? I mean, what appear to be the symptoms?
Well, I think you've heard them. I'm coughing.
Is there any blood?
Sometimes.
Okay, now here. Breathe. Again. Yeah. Let me see your tongue. Now say ah.
Ah. What is it?
It's not good news.
Well, I guess that.
You got tuberculosis. Really sorry for you, son. It's a hell of a thing.
What do you mean?
You're real sick. It's a progressive disease, and you'll be... Now, the best thing is rest, and getting somewhere warm and dry, and taking it easy. Now, is that possible?
Sure, I can just take my winters in my country club in California. No, it's not possible.
Well, like I said, I'm real sorry.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, wait. Let me get you a little bit more energy today.
Okay, so I'm going to pause really quickly before we go any further. That cutscene right there is automatically going to remain the same. There's no difference there. The big difference is what's going to happen next. So let's roll with it.
We can't change what's done. We can only move on.
You have it in you, I can tell.
He didn't have a choice. He was good and he did good. I understand if you don't want to help me, but I think of you often.
If we don't stop soon, we'll all be dying.
Okay, so I didn't spoil it before it happened, but I wanted to see if you would notice what type of ending this was. Well, that was if you had good honor. So a couple of differences that you'll notice after we end up playing the one with the dishonorable version is the screen is sort of like this golden yellow color. That will change if you have bad honor. We also hear some different quotes. The first one we hear is from Arthur. He says, "We can't change what's done. We can only move on." And you're going to notice that a lot of the sort of voices he hears are going to be more positive, talking about the things they've done, but what they can do to improve on their life. You can also hear from Mary Linton as well. You hear from Mrs. Downs as well, talking about Thomas Downs and how, her husband really didn't have a choice. He did good and he was good. You also get some lines of quotes from Hosea as well, who throughout the entirety of the game starts to disagree with a lot of the decisions that Dutch ultimately makes. And then at the very end of the street, Arthur sees his spirit animal, the deer or the stag. And this is something that comes up a lot throughout the game. And whatever honor you are, you will ultimately see this at the end of the road. And then that's where the cutscene ultimately ends. You're free to do whatever you want from there. So those are sort of the big differences right there. But of course, that's only one addition of how this can play out. Let's take a look at how it plays out now if you have bad honor.
Don't make me beg you, Arthur.
Who made you the Messiah to these lost souls?
And you've as good as killed him yourself.
bastards! All of you!
Turned into a bunch of killers, I mean it.
It feels like our luck is turned. No, I ain't turning back.
Okay, so there were some big differences right there, as you could clearly see. The first of which is that instead of having this golden color, you have more of this like grayish, foggy color. That's a big difference right there. Now, we get some quotes from some similar people from the good ending. So, for example, you'll hear from Hosea, you'll also hear from Mary Linton, but their quotes will be different. They'll be more somber, more depressed, I guess you could say. Like Mary Linton says, "Don't make me beg you, Arthur." And you also hear from a member of the Pinkertons, Andrew Milton, who is like the main bad guy or the main antagonist of Red Dead Redemption 2, who is trying to hunt you down for the majority of the game. You hear from him actually twice, which you would understand that if you play as a worse character, you would expect to hear from the bad guy. And again, you also hear from Arthur too, but his quote, instead of looking forward, is saying, you know, we've done all these bad things and our luck has turned and it ain't turning back. And then, of course, at the very end of the street, instead of seeing the deer or the stag, you see the wolf or the coyote, which obviously is your spirit animal if you choose a less honorable path in the game. So I thought that was really cool. And again, it goes to show you the level of detail here that Rockstar has put into the more important moments of the game. And this was a huge moment in Red Dead Redemption 2 because it's basically the turning point. Now, when I played through the game the first time, I had noticed that Arthur had started coughing a lot, especially in Chapter 4 and Chapter 5. But I didn't think anything of it. This is the first big part at the end of Chapter 5 or at the beginning of Chapter 6 when you kind of know that Arthur's fate is sealed. When the doctor ultimately says, you know, you've got tuberculosis, son, he gives him an option to go to somewhere warm and dry like California, but he clearly says that that's not an option. So this is one of the huge turning points in the game, and you get some significantly terrible news. And depending on how you've played the story so far, it ultimately has an impact on, you know, how the rest of that cutscene plays out. And as I'm sure you guys know, when you are sick, so in Chapter 6, you will only gain a small amount of benefit from consuming food and drink, and the only way to completely heal up all your cores would be to sleep or rest. Not that that's related in any way, shape, or form to the two cutscenes that we just looked at. And there's also no difference to the story either. No matter what cutscene you have, it's not like your story is going to ultimately change. It's just a sort of a different outlook on Arthur's story. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Once again, another really cool detail from Rockstar. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. When you played this doctor mission, A Fork in the Road, which sort of cutscene did you get? The honorable one or the dishonorable one? On my first playthrough, I was dishonorable. On my second playthrough, I got the honorable one. So I have had both, but let me know which one you had in the comments down below. And also, which one did you like better? If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.